The market has shifted, and there are plenty of real estate agents who are panicking right now. But I actually see it as a good thing, and here's why. I've been thinking about making this video for a little while, and one of the main reasons that I have is that buyers have been at such a disadvantage for the last 2 years, really since we came through the pandemic in the summer of 2020 and things just absolutely took off. Buyers have had to compromise at every turn, either by overpaying for a home and paying well above asking price, or having to relinquish any one of their rights to contingencies, whether it be an inspection or appraisal waivers, or making sure that you shorten every decision-making period down to the tightest window. There are plenty of people right now who bought over the last 2 years who aren't necessarily happy in the home that they bought, and some of them feel that they overpaid for it and made a mistake. I don't ever want to put people in that position. I don't want to ignore the fact that affordability is at an all-time low right now. Interest rates have shot up this year and have really given the market a cool down because there are fewer buyers out there who can afford the house that they want. That being said, we're dealing with a pendulum here. Over the last 2 years, with artificially low rates and with high buyer demand, people wanting to move, people having the ability to move to places that aren't necessarily near their office, the demand went through the roof and the affordability was terrific. So the pendulum had swung way in the favor of the seller in that market. Now we've started to shift back this way, but believe it or not, even with all the gloom and doom headlines you've heard, it is actually still a seller's market right now. Before the pandemic, in October of 2019, just 3 years ago, the inventory in the Twin Cities market was 40% higher than it is now. And it was still at that point considered a seller's market. So if you're a seller right now, don't feel like you've missed the boat. There are still very good opportunities. Now you're not going to get 20, 30, 40 offers on your home, and it may not sell in the first weekend. But the sellers still have some power. It's just not ridiculous like it was the last couple years. I mentioned that a lot of real estate agents are panicking right now. I actually see it as a good thing that we've had this shift because there are a whole bunch of agents out there who didn't necessarily do the job to the fullest of their abilities because it was easy to sell a house. I've heard plenty of people say in the last year, anybody could sell a house right now, and they may not have been wrong. But in this market, it takes full-time commitment to the job. It takes a professional marketer and somebody who is invested in the success of their clients. So I'm looking forward to what this shift brings us in 2023. I think that there's going to be a flight to excellence and also an exit for the people who aren't necessarily committed to being in the business. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's normal to be concerned when you're hearing all these headlines about the economy tanking, a recession coming, a housing bubble, all of these things coming down as we are seeing a slowdown in the market. But I'm actually looking forward to 2023. There are going to be lots of opportunities for buyers and for sellers. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to have a conversation.